Hello my dudes, dudettes, and everything in between. Welcome back to Clive Games, and today we're going to be continuing on with our Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV. We're right where we left off. I just went ahead and traveled here to Rambros, because we just got done with the World of Darkness, Alliance Raid, and cutscene, so let's continue. I cannot express how glad I am you returned safely, Clive, and with the means to dispel the threat of the Crystal Tower for good. Rest if you will, and then let us free ourselves from the specter of the aliens. With a look of finality upon him, Rambo seems intent upon sealing the Crystal Tower once and for all. I trust you have rested, my friend. Good. I wish to seal the tower now, but there is something we must do first. Let me summon the others and hear in full what happened beyond the rift. So, the elegant eye that runs in Garon's line does mean that the royal blood flows in his veins. I suppose it is not so odd to think his forebears gained it via ancient technology, but who imbued his family with the blood, and for what purpose? Mayhap all this was fate, from discovering the tower to Gara gaining Une and Doga's blood. Has Gara said anything? For that matter, where is Gara? And what of Nero? I'm not sure about our resident historian, but Nero left the tower with me. Where he's vanished to since, I cannot say. But knowing him as I do, I don't believe he'll scheme against us for the time being, though he is still Nero. Clive, you say Garrosh stayed behind at the Crystal Tower. I wonder if he even now prepares to seal the place off. Master Rambros! Master Rambros! It's Garrosh here, sir. He came into the Crystal Tower and began ordering researchers out. What? Why would he do such a thing? I do not know, sir, but he was quite insistent. He all but bodily forced me out of the gates. I suppose it's possible he told one of the others, but I wasted no time in finding out. I thought it best to hasten here and ask your guidance. Very well, let us go and speak with these researchers and get to the bottom of this queer business. Master Garland, Clive, please come with me. No doubt Garrosh means to seal off the Crystal Tower, but it worries me that he did not breathe a word of his plan to us. I agree. What is he up to? Oh, right, no flying. Whoa. That is quite the outfit, my dude. What in the world was Garatia thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you want to know why. I wish I knew that myself. Of course, he would tell me nothing, but he will be honest with you, sir. I am certain of it. Oh, I don't know why I'm still a scholar. I should be a summoner. Go no further, my friends. The doors will close ere long. So you are of a mind to seal the tower, Garrosh. I know time is of the essence, but all I ask is a hint of your plan. Please, come here so we can discuss this. No. My apologies, but I cannot. Come, man, what is this nonsense? If all is amiss, surely we can help. Not this time, my friend. Just as Una and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too must I fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain in with Alag. Or rather, 'twas there the wish I must grant was born. You see, not all the world perished when Zande's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Alag, looking to the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. Yet they hoped its spires would again dominate the land, and prayed that the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to people everywhere. Word of this soon reached the only member of Alag's royalty to outlive the Empire, the Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of Alag's technology to give her blood and memories to whom she trusted most. That man was my forebearer. For millennia we waited. Alag's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. But before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all this returned to me. And now I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope. Rah! The Crystal Tower's strength poses too great a threat to Eorzea now. We would need technology as advanced as Alag's to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. Hells, we may never fully comprehend them. 'Tis as you say, Sid. We could wait for someone, someday, to reach the same heights as Alag. But by then we will have lost the royal blood, and the means to control the tower. But what if I do as Amon did, and put the tower into a deep sleep? What? You cannot mean that. I am deadly serious, Sid. The tower may be used once men rival the Alags in knowledge. I will slumber with the Cypress Tower until then, to greet those who with the means to open the gates. Then I will guide them, and thus will the tower shine forth as the beacon of hope it was meant to be. 'Tis the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true. The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go, create a future where hope reigns, and the tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things. Nothing we say will change your mind, will it? Onwards, to a brighter future. It won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it. We'll catch up with Alag, just you wait. We'll cover all the lost ground before you even know it. Well said, Wedge. It'll only be a few years before we come Nakangara, then you're in for a rude awakening. You shall be witness to Noah's accomplishments. Pray keep alive our success, and forgive us our failures. And may we meet again, my friend. The 12 keep you till then, Rambros. I look forward to learning of your exploits. And you, Clive. I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Well now, I must rest. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of your courage and the ancients' wish. Oh, that's kind of sad. Crystal Tower slumbers again then. 'Tis too quiet for my taste. Goodbye, Sid. I must put all this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow. Oh, personal growth. Oh, that's kind of cool. A new dawn has come for me. He's still a little conniving asshole, but oh, character growth. That was the word, character. I think I just had a revelation, but I'm not gonna share it. I think I know what I just realized, and it's kind of like, but I'm not telling y'all because I don't want to spoil stuff. So yeah. That's right, I can fly. You've just missed Sid, Clive. There is much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Garaz's wishes, it seems. But this is not the end of Noah. No matter how lonely St. Cognac's spine has become for our friend's departure, we must all walk in different directions now. Remember that we labor for a brighter future, lit by Garaz's beacon. Sealing the Crystal Tower was but the first step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. And that, my friend, is the Crystal Tower story. Accept a quest that allows you to trade items. Okay. Oh, that's something you can unlock if you want to spam them all again. I'm not going to. So, alright. So let's continue on with the story, finally. If you don't remember where we are in the story, we just found out that some Domans arrived at Ul'dah, and we offered to sit down and eat with them here at the quicksand, and try and figure out how we can help them out. Or at least Alphino is gonna try and figure out how he can help him and his bloated ego.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Okay. Alright. So their homeland was razed, and now they're fleeing the Empire. So yeah, we gotta help them. If I may say, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Well, I ain't got nothing, but I can try and talk to Momodi for you. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Clive? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word that they can't come, meaning that I've got a boatload of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. That's actually kind of lucky. Go and call on Frideri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Yes, ma'am. I can do that. I didn't realize how late it was for me. It's almost 1 in the morning. Oh well, what is sleep? What is that? Oh, that's something okay. That's another dungeon we'll unlock later. I know where the next one is. I'm kind of trying to figure out if I want to go unlock it at the beginning of the next episode or find a good point in this episode. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mr. Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I don't care what you think. Look at this. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Well, how do you know they can't earn it? They just got here. I want to see you go and do what they did, you asshole. Fine, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Okay, Karen. Just, you know, shut your trap and do what I say. And we'll all be happier. And those people are just, not asking you to give stuff of yours. We're literally asking them to give stuff that's just gonna go to waste. Like, I don't know why they're being such assholes. Now, we were asking them to give like half their fortune or half their stuff they're selling. Heck yeah, I can understand their annoyance, but they didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Ugiri it's all in hand. Okay. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Ugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Ugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words. It is with your words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will accompany us, yes? Good. Glad I answered before you answered for me. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us at the Royal Promenade. Alright, so now he gave her the chance to persuade them. So let's see if she's actually able to do that. Because make her nose is going to be hard with those freaking money growers. Gonna take off the headgear. I think I've had enough of my horniness. A pleasure, Clive. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred Domans Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
So I don't know what it is about like courtly intrigues and stuff like that. I just find so fascinating, so cool. I love stuff like that. I hate politics, but like actual court intrigues and stuff like that, infighting, like I don't know, I love it. I could watch it all day. Don't really need anything else. Alright, I got just enough time. Instead of getting the next mission, we're gonna go ahead and unlock the next dungeon and the list. To do that, we need to go over here to Gridania, and we gotta go to talk to Brother Isumiyan. I think that's his name, the leader of the Conjurers Guild. But yeah, little tidbit about that scene. I love that scene, like I just said. Trust no one in there. The only two people you can feasibly trust, Raban and the Sultana. Other than that, trust no one. A single one of them. Because even Alphino said, like, yeah, he's not known for his generosity, and the other potato was just as money driven. So I don't trust a lot of them. One night in Ampidor, Brother Isumiyan would like a word on behalf of a most illustrious client. It is well that you are here, Clive. Some burdens are too heavy to bear, even for those who so favored to abide. Now that you were chosen as much for your true heart as your skill, I speak to you in the name of the three seed seers. The eldest, Connie Sinna, you will already know as the guardian of our fair land. 2 siblings has she. It is the younger of this pair, Alron Sina, who hears the voice of the elementals with greatest clarity, and that he has heard lately is troubling indeed. These dark stirrings we have traced to the lost city of Andor at the South Shroud, the city once throve in the fullness of the magic during the 5th Astral Era, but it was sealed in the wake of its demise. Alas, the Dwell's Wood has been out of balance since the calamity. So riotous has its aspects become that the seal was severely weakened. When this happened, the forest surrounding the city began to wither and die. We would enjoin you to investigate the cause. Now, I must confess that this is attached to the Twin Adder normally. Well, it just so happens I am part of the Twin Adders. But we do not live in normal times, Clive. The company is spread thin, and you are stout with success. Will you not assist? It is well that you assent, for the need is great. Go now to see Tia Raya Osina at Camp Tranquil, and listen well to what she says of her brother's divination. Alright. Let's figure out what's going on at the lost city of Andor. Ah, hear about the cursed pile of rocks they call the lost city of Andapor, I assume. I'm Raya Osuna, sister to the elder Seedseer. Brother Isumiyan hasn't told you much, has he? Discretion is the better part of his valor. Well, aside from Andapor Keep, the city is all that remains of an advanced magical civilization from the 5th Astral Era. No records survive how the city met its end, but the elementals tell us all was undone by what the Great Ones call an unclean presence. I fear that what my brother senses is this very thing. Its sadness drained away after so many centuries. If it hungers for another city to slake its thirst on, I will take it from here, sister. Dude, what is up with your hair? You need a new haircut, please. Just don't. No. There you are, brother. Why must you dawdle and leave the tedious explanations to me? Now, convey all you felt to this artful adventurer. My sister paints me as a bumbling rustic, but I assure you, I am nothing of the sort. I am simply attuned to something greater, which brings us to the darkness stirring in Andapor behind the barrier. Something has kindled there, and daily it grows. And how distraught the elementals are. I've not seen the like of it. They show me what feels like awakening and nightmares. I fear this calls for a more prosaic sensing than that of my rare gift. Some disaster slouches towards us. Might you discover the source of these dark visions and nip it in the bud? You are our best hope, Clive. Surely you can find the will to journey to Andapor. You shall find a wood whaler by the name of Alphine keeping vigil at the barrier. And don't worry about returning here to tell us of your findings. The elementals will doubtless keep us apprised. But enough talk. Good luck, Clive. Alrighty. The Seedseers have sent word of your coming. You are bold indeed to willingly glimpse into the darkness. The lost city festers more and more by the day, and they say you are to lance the boil, eh? Beyond this gate lies a land out of balance, its earth aspect sapped by the calamity. You had best be prepared for proceeding further. Rot and wrong. That's what you'll see. Creatures run mad, tormented by hooked burrs that clutch and burrow. Well, good luck with that. No doubt you will prevail, being favored of the Seedseers and all. Fight well. Warns me about all these dangers, like, but you're special. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll do. But that's all the time I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.